Here you have a more correct depiction, right? Although the sizes are not correct, right? Light rays reaching the Earth are almost parallel. So they're not parallel. That's it. This is the extent of the evidence to support this nonsense. Our opposition claimed that light comes from the sun. It all has to come in parallel. There is one major problem with that. The reason they have to claim parallel light rays, for the globe to work, they need to have the sun really, really big and really far away. But it can't be too far away because it needs to be a certain size. It can't be too big or it can't be too small. It has to be a certain size and a certain distance for their claim to work.
So Brian let slip the other day that a plane 6 miles directly above a boat would have the same elevation angles to Polaris. Now I did make a video response to that video, but Brian refuses to watch it, so I can't get his feedback on it. So Brian has made another video letting everybody know parallel light rays from celestial bodies do not exist. So I've tried to recreate this depiction in GeoGebra. Let me tell you what I've got going on here. We have the Earth here in blue. We have a slider here which controls the sun's radius from its actual size down to the size of Earth. And this slider here changes the distance the sun is from Earth from 2 million kilometers to 150 million kilometers. Now these two sliders here let me control the spread and the spacing of the sun's rays. While light gets emitted in all directions, we are only interested in the light rays that actually hit the Earth, so there's no need to draw them all in here. Now at this point I can hear the specific objections being formulated in flat earthers' minds. And all I can say is, be sure to watch this video here, this response to Gary Wybenga, who's confused about his Polaris angles. And here's another one, by the way, that refused to watch the video after I told him about it. Anyway, what do you think will happen if I was to fill the gaps between the light rays with even more light rays? Should we find out? Now this is certainly overkill, and because we're not interested in the light that misses Earth, I'm just going to focus on a narrow section. Now I can hear you all saying, what about the light that's coming off the top and the bottom parts of the sun and everything in between? Well, I'm certainly not going to draw every possible angle in, so we'll have to do with the two most extreme rays instead. And these are just created from the common tangent lines. Now for the moment of truth. Well, you're not going to get much more parallel than that. So we can reduce the size of the sun, but all you'll find that happens is that these extreme lines here, these rays that are formed by the tangents, they'll just straighten up a little bit, but essentially the light still arrives in parallel.
So here you have again, right, the same thing again. And what you notice with all these diagrams is, you see the way they don't add in here and here and here. How come on this is a globe depiction here. Where are all the other parallel light rays are here, at the top here and at the bottom? They don't, they only cover a small little bit. But in reality, if it was really true, if they're trying to be honest, then it should be all of them. The whole place should be covered in parallel light rays. But they only cover this much. Why? But same again, we just move on from here. Same again, 7.2. Right? See the way they're not showing arrows up here, arrows down there, where all the rays are coming out. They're not showing that, right? Because if you have, how can you have a GP point if all the light is parallel? What part of that is a GP?
So I've added in two columns. This is one, and this is another. So which one is going to cast a shadow? Well, this one obviously is going to cast a shadow because the light rays are coming in parallel this way, and this is going to create a shadow here. Whereas this column, it's in direct line with the parallel light rays. So therefore that won't cast a shadow. This will be your GP.
It's nonsense.
Anyway, that's enough for this video. Do remember to check out the Gary Wybenga response. Subscribe, like, tell me what you think, and I'll catch you later.